Hey, this is Robert Jean, and I get this question a lot, especially with EFT. I started with EFT in 1999. So 1999, I bought the course. I don't know what year it was. I think 2007, 2011, something like that. I became an EFT master through Sylvia Hartman. And I've been doing this full time ever since 99. And of course, the common questions I get, why doesn't EFT work for me? Or why does tapping doesn't work for me? And even some people say, why does FasterEFT doesn't work for me? If I got this question and I got $1 every time they asked it, I'd be a millionaire, because tapping will not solve your problems. You have to understand that. We use tapping to solve the problem, and the problem is how you internalize your world and how your body responds to the internalization and the external triggers. The reason why tapping doesn't work is because you think tapping solves it. You don't have an energy problem. You have an internal mental and emotional programming. You have memories that drive you. And if you're trying to put energies out, you're missing the real boat. The boat that's going to get you there is the one that takes you to the memory and takes you to how you internalized the past, how you talk to yourself, the movies and the images that you play inside yourself. It's the sensations and the emotions and the feelings and the fears and the anxiety that your brain is expressing. In order to solve the problem is knowing how to change what created you call the problem. But to the brain, it's a success. So it's not the tapping that solves it, and it's not the meridians. It is a system that always works. It's called the Robert Jean effect. Named after some guy I know, right? What does that mean? There's a specific steps you must do to update memory. Specific steps. If you miss one of them, you may not get it. Now, of course, I started with EFT. And of course, before EFT, biblical studies, my major in college, studied NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and then read a lot of stuff about sexual trauma because I was helping my partner. She had that. And then I bought an EFT course. And of course, Gary said the cause of all problems is disruption in the energy system. I already knew that was wrong. The cause of all problems starts at birth. And the cause of all problems is how we internally represent things and how we create our identities and our values and our programs from inside of ourselves based on what we witness outside of us. So, tapping it can relax you. Tapping really, all it does is relax you. But when you do it in an incorrect way or not so proper way, it doesn't collapse. We call it bad good collapse in my world. So that means when you're tapping, and of course Gary said when you go to the memory or the sensation and you focus on it and then you tap on it. Let me explain. Some of your memories are so emotionally big, you focus on it, it is stronger, more powerful than any tapping will ever solve it, because that will not work, because memories are hypnotic states. The brain will hijack the whole body and it feels so real, even though it's not real. You're really here today and it's coming from 20 years ago. So the misnomer is stay associated to it and then try to let it go. It's like wrap your arms and your legs around it. You're fully in your emotional trance of the past. How are you going to let it go? So in order to update memory and update how you feel and how you respond to the world with my system, and the system basically is this, we call it De-fractionation, which is a processing of information and how to update and rewrite and change a memory. Fractionation is a whole system. And it has, we call a defrac, which is a miniature part of it. It's also, you would call that a pattern interrupt as well. So it's in the middle of it. And so in order to change a memory, you got to use a defractionation process, which is basically a Robert Jean effect, which means you have a problem. One, you notice you have a problem. Two, you associate and go to there. Three, you identify something in the memory, in the problem. Four, you come out of it and away from it, not in it, come out and away. Five, you change your shift. Tapping is one way it changes your shift. Let it go, let it go. All you have to say is let it go. Deep breath, blow it out, and say peace. Peace, you're relaxing yourself. And at this point, go to a happy memory and feel really good. And when you feel good, Now, I'm lost my numbers now, 5, 6, 7, and then now you feel better, and then you go back to the memory. You're going back to visit the same memory, and since you shifted your emotional state, your kinesthetic state, this new sensation is going to be introduced into the memory. Therefore, AKA, it's adjusting the memory, updating the memory. Sometimes it'll disappear very fast. But if you miss the pieces, the fine-tuned pieces, you won't get any changes because it's internalizations. It's how your brain processes information. And you know how to do that. You can change your inner world in a big way. The Robert Gene effect, the defractionation with a defrac. Now what is a defrac? A defrac pulls you out and away from the memory. Tapping is a defrac. Quacking like a duck is a defrac. Doing star jumps is a defrac. Centering yourself, being your body is a defrac. Breathe. Look around. Think of a happy memory. These are defracs. There's enough to shift your state, and when you shift your state, now this is all science, by the way. Science and updated memory. And when you shift your state, and when you go back and visit, this is when the neurologist starts to adjust and change. It's called learning. Also updating memories. This is the key. Guys, you've been chasing rainbows and rabbits and hadn't caught anything yet. You may find some relief, temporarily, but the guy with the matches, which are the memories, are putting starting all the fires. End the little fires by learning how to update yourself internally. There's an easy way, a proper way, the correct way to get results, and defractionation, Robert Gene effect, will change your life in a big way. So come learn more. You can change yourself. Master Training is the course. We have a free course. Take our free course. You'll learn so much in just the free course, and I have lots of information. So discover how to take control and train the intelligent idiot, the faithful servant, be the master of your life by changing you from the inside. Know thyself means not only know who you are, but know what you do inside you and make the adjustments that change the results you're getting that are not so pleasant. This is Robert Gene. Peace.